Okay, I'm going to turn to the Korean youth now. Travel a great deal. See the world. Don't ever be insular. Always look for many, many points of view. Retain your tradition, the best parts of it.
I would say many things actually begin with honesty.
Grow in your education. Remember that education means also challenging.
Capacity for compassion or empathy that takes you out of yourself.
I found what I'm looking for. I wanted more to see. I wanted more to see.
Hi, my name is David Kimmel. I was a member of the Harvard class of 2005, and I'm currently working at CDI as an English instructor and also in the Life Consulting Department. Before I begin, I'd like to sort of give a little bit of a caveat or a warning, and that's that campus culture is very different for different schools depending on where you go, indeed even different for Ivy League schools. For example, Dartmouth has summer terms. Brown is known for a very liberal campus, and Cornell is known for having a very close-knit community because it's so far away from all of the other schools. At college, just like with anything else, the life of a student is divided between academics, extracurriculars, and a social life. But anyway, I'm sort of digressing. What I'm essentially trying to say is that just like high school in the United States, perhaps unlike Korea, is really equally divided between extracurriculars, academics, and a social life, that's also the case at universities like Harvard, where, contrary to popular mythology, or what a lot of my students have told me, it's not the case that people just stay up all night and are always studying, but that they actually do other things and are interesting people all in all. Harvard operates under the idea that there should be a liberal arts education. That is, that people should be instructed in a lot of different kinds of knowledge, from biology to chemistry to history to art and music, that it shouldn't necessarily be limited to one kind of study, no matter what you want to do when you grow up or when you finish college. The reason for that is that they think that it develops the mind more to have individuals study a variety of different things rather than just one topic.
As a history concentrator, I'm interested in a lot of different disciplines. I'm interested in the integration of disciplines, and that's a large part of what I'm doing at Harvard, and a large part of what the humanities at Harvard are all about, is getting really deep into subjects and showing how they relate to other subjects, some of the interactions between fields, which I think is really cool.
So in the United States, it's very possible for individuals to major in one thing at college, but then to go on and be something completely different when they finish college. For someone to major in classical history, like I did, but then go on to be a doctor or a lawyer. At Harvard, you have something in particular called the core curriculum, which is a series of subjects that every individual is required to take. These range from history to literature and the arts, social studies, science, math, foreign cultures, and moral reasoning or philosophy. So even though some people complain about it, it's actually probably a good idea because it exposes people to many different kinds of areas of knowledge. It gives them an opportunity to learn about things that they wouldn't typically have an opportunity to learn about at other schools.
Great universities, like Princeton, Harvard, and Yale, they don't spend their time with rote memorization, with trying to make you memorize specific knowledge. What they try to do is they try to make you a lifelong learner.
At Harvard, majors are called concentrations, and people choose their concentrations at the beginning of their sophomore years.
It's not surprising that they work hard because just about everybody here works hard. You have to. So I'm not sure that that's unusual either.
Individuals could be humanists or they could be scientists. That is, they could take a major in the humanities or in the sciences depending on their interests. But again, as I told you before, just because you're a humanist or a humanities major or concentrator at Harvard doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be a doctor in the future, or just because you're a science major, it doesn't mean that you can't ultimately go into the humanities. In America, because of the liberal arts philosophy, the undergraduate experience is a little bit different than what people think about in other countries.
A lot of what happens in college is making the best of the opportunities that are given to you. And any really good college or university will present to students more opportunities than they can possibly take advantage of. So, very much so, the result of that education then is what you make of it.
미국에서는 전 항상 그런 메시지를 들어요. 너한테 선택권이 있다. 그래서 너가 돈을 원하면 항상 갈 길은 많잖아요. 월스트리트에 가서 금융에서 일을 하면 되고. 그래서 초이스를 굉장히 많이 주는 것 같아요. 그래서 제가 하버드 비즈니스 스쿨에서도 항상 그런 교육을 받은 거는 선택의 여지가 이렇게 많은데 너 자신이 뭐를 추구하는지를 항상 염두에 두고 그리고 선택을 해라.
So contrary to the myths that I've heard in Korea from my students about people never sleeping at Harvard or always studying for tests, it's not necessarily the case. Everyone's academic experience there is very different, and it depends what kind of a major you are, what kind of a student you are, and what you're interested in doing.
Sometimes people are just scared about being honest and real and about thinking about other people might care about them. If you were abducted, I would do something about it. Why are we walking away from this?
Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Listen, we're in the struggle.
Harvard in particular, though, there are some traditions that unite everybody no matter what they study. For example, primal scream. That's when a lot of Harvard students, before their first exam, take off their clothes and run around the square naked in the middle of the night to the sound of a band playing, to unite them before they all take the test and suffer. Also at the school, you have to keep in mind that you have wonderful professors and very interested and dedicated people that you're working with from around the world, which is ultimately a very big benefit for going to the school at all, having an opportunity to meet and discuss things with a lot of very interesting people.
I think my greatest achievement will continue for many generations, and that is teaching brilliant students. And they're out there working in part on ideas that they may have gotten from me. So being a teacher is the greatest achievement somebody can have because it continues on.
I think it's more important to learn how to be creative, which is a very difficult thing. It's very difficult to teach anybody how to be creative. Sometimes my students at the beginning of their dissertation, they come to me and they ask me, so how do I get a good idea? I say, well, I don't know. It's very hard to explain how you get a good idea. But reading a book and try to remember every page of the book is certainly not a particularly good way of getting ideas. Getting idea means a better way could be to go to a seminar, debate with somebody, go to out of lunch with a classmate of yours and engage in some heated debate about you are wrong about this, and read the newspapers and participate in discussion. Be very interactive. That was great about a place like Harvard because it provides that kind of interaction. Of course, reading book and learning techniques and learning, it clearly is important, but you need more than that. You need a sense of a desire for doing something which is really new and really different, and so sort of overthrow our intellectual authority of your mentorship, for example.
I'm an only child, so my parents always spent a lot of attention to give me the best possible environment. I think the most important thing they did for me when I was growing up was to take me to the library every week and check out 40 to 50 books a week on all different kinds of topics, and they let me take out whatever books I wanted to. So they never picked books for me. I just picked 40 or 50 books that I liked, picture books, fiction books, nonfiction, and that habit really developed in me a habit of reading for the rest of my life.
책을 항상 집에 책이 꽉 찼었어요.
초등학교 1학년, 2학년 이때도 거의 하루에 한 서너 시간씩은 항상 책을 읽었던 것 같아요. 무슨 동화책이 됐든 무슨 책이 됐든. 그래서 저희 어머니께서 책도 많이 사주셨지만 그 다 읽고 나면 뭐 친척이나 친구 집에 있는 책들을 또 빌려서 오셔가지고 또 읽고.
Extracurriculars are also very meaningful because you can often form a lot of wonderful friendships from those extracurricular activities. For example, the Hasty Pudding Club at Harvard is a group of men that put on a drag show every year and dress up like women and sing operettas together. But they have their own clubhouse, and a lot of them know each other for years and are very, very close and friendly with each other. And that's basically true of a lot of other extracurricular clubs and organizations at Harvard as well. Oftentimes, they're an avenue into networking opportunities, or to put it in less mercenary terms, an opportunity to make very good friends and to form relationships that can often last a very long time.
일단 하버드는 네트워크가 굉장히 중요하고 그리고 전 세계적으로 너무나도 사실은 그 인플루언셜한 사람들이 많잖아요.
제가 하버드 경영대학원에 와서도 느낀 건데 사람은 정말 너무나 다양하고 그리고 제가 이 사람들이 가지고 있는 그런 재능들을 제 개인이 배우기에는 몇백 년이 걸려도 부족하다는 걸 느꼈거든요. 그렇지만 글로벌한 세상에 뻗어나오게 되면 그리고 이 사람들과 교류를 하게 되면 내가 못하더라도 나는 다른 곳에는 누군가가 이걸 할 수 있는 사람을 알기만 한다면 그리고 그 사람과 교류를 할 수 있다면 그러니까 리더로서 그 어떤 어려운 문제에 닥쳤을 때 통합적인 노력으로 그런 문제를 쉽게 풀 수 있을 거라고 생각을 합니다.
Harvard also provided a lot of people and continues to provide a lot of people leadership opportunities. That is, if you're interested in something and there isn't a club that already exists for it, you're welcome to start your own club. It's very possible to start your own organizations and to have something nice to put on your resume.
In America, one of the criteria for admission to Harvard Business School is leadership. So the admissions committee really looks for leadership.
그리고 세계 무대에서 리더가 되기 위해서는 좀 더 글로벌한 백그라운드도 필요하고 그리고 그동안에 배웠던 지식들을 한 스텝 물러나서 통합하고 그런 기회를 얻기 위해서 이제 MBA 진학을 계획을 하게 됐고 그래서 지금 하버드 경영대학원에 오게 됐습니다.
자신의 능력을 충분히 개발을 하고 발휘를 하고 그리고 다른 사람들과 원만히 지내면서 그들을 이끌어갈 수 있는 그런 그런 리더십을 배양해 주는 것이 오히려 그가 사회적으로도 더 성공할 수 있는 그런 길을 마련해 주는 것이라고 생각을 합니다.
Let's talk a little bit about social life. Some people whose social life at Harvard consists of opening a book and closing a book, and there are some people that are party animals and will do things like go out into Boston and go clubbing all of the time.
I really do think that Asian students in general, Korean students in particular, are going to emerge as some of the great new leaders in America, in academia, in the world. I think it's very important to get the broadest possible education, to take chances, take risks. Certainly by the time you get to Harvard Law School, you should be willing to take risks and take subjects that you might not be the best at. Don't only take subjects that you excel at. Take subjects that pose a challenge to you.
지금 당장 내일 시험이 있고 모레 시험이 있고 기말고사가 있지만 그런 시험에 나오는 객관식 시험, 뭐 짧은 단답형 시험 그런 시험을 위해서 공부를 하지 말고 장기적으로 내가 세상에서 하고 싶은 것이 뭔가 내가 이 세상에서 할 수 있는 것이 뭔가 내가 잘할 수 있는 것이 뭔가 그리고 내가 못할 수 있는 것은 뭐고 그걸 보충할 수 있는 것이 뭔가 그런 것을 위한 공부를 했으면 좋겠고요.
절대로 하버드가 자기 목표 받기라고 생각을 하시지 마시고요. 여기서는 개개인의 좀 다른 점을 보는 그런 학교니까 뭐 하버드뿐만 아니라 뛰어난 학교들은 대부분 개개인이 어떤 이런 집단에 어떻게 기여를 할 수 있는가 하는 걸 보기 때문에 자기 자신을 코어 스트렝스에 맞추시면 돼요.
복습보다도 예습 모드로 진행을 하셨으면 좋겠습니다. 제가 미국에 와서 가장 큰 충격을 느끼는 게 그러니까 이곳에서는 과거의 것을 이곳에는 공부를 하는 방식이 과거의 것을 배우는 게 아니고 앞으로 내가 필요한 게 무엇인지를 스스로 판단을 해서 배우는 방식이거든요. 그래서 그 한국 학생들이 공부를 하실 때 내가 앞으로 하고 싶은 일이 무엇인지, 그리고 그것을 하기 위해서 내가 지금 부족한 것이 무엇인지, 그것을 예습을 통해서 미리 준비를 해 나가시고, 그렇게 해서 부족한 것이 있을 때 선생님이라든지 다른 친구라든지 그렇게 부족한 것들을 메꿔나가는 것, 그런 방식으로 공부를 해 나가신다면 좀 더 장기적으로 효율적으로 공부를 해 나가실 수 있을 것 같습니다.
I was really privileged to have been able to go there for 4 years and to meet some fascinating people and to take advantage of as many opportunities as I could. And ultimately, I was also very fortunate to have given this talk today and for you to have spent the time to listen to me. Thank you very much and good luck.